Lenny, Vermont, and Leonard Realtors are known for our innovations in real estate sales. Now we're adding to the technologies available to sellers and buyers by making it easier to get information about a home when a potential buyer sees our real estate sign. At the top of these signs is a text code that can be used in conjunction with a buyer's mobile phone to bring up a complete description of the property, and with a smartphone, photographs, floor plans, and maps as well. Simply enter the text code from the sign into your phone to retrieve this information, and for even more details, press the link to contact the listing agent. Lenny, Vermont, and Leonard Realtors, for innovations in real estate sales. Sports Specialties, your hometown sports outfitter for the serious athlete, is located at 613 Station Avenue, Haddon Heights. We focus on providing top-of-the-line equipment and uniforms at competitive prices and with a level of service not available at the big box sporting goods stores or online sports suppliers. Sports Specialties carries the Zenith football helmet that is designed with the goal of reducing the risk of concussive episodes. Zenith Adaptive Head Protection is a system of integrated technologies designed to reduce the sudden movement of the head by adapting to different energy levels with aware flow shock absorbers, and therefore offers outstanding protection. Sports Specialties, providing the competitive edge for over 22 years.
The Retrospect is your very local source of news and features that you can't get anywhere else. Each week you'll read the headlines from your hometown and surrounding suburban towns. You'll read about the events and people that make your community unique. Stories about your friends and neighbors, and a weekly calendar of events. You'll also take a trip back in history each week when we take you down memory lane, and you'll be able to check out the legal notices once a week and all in the same place. And don't forget about local sports from the schools and community leagues right in your hometown. To find out how to get your copy, visit www.theretrospect.com.
Westmont Ace Hardware has been serving the South Jersey area since 1932. The third generation of the founding family still operates our large modern store at 127 Haddon Avenue in Westmont. We offer the convenience of being located right in town, on the main street, with off-street parking and no hassles driving miles to a shopping center. Westmont Ace Hardware is known for the variety of tools, hardware, and general merchandise that it carries. But we are best known for our knowledgeable salespeople and personal service. If you can describe your hardware need, we can find the exact product to satisfy it. Westmont Ace Hardware, the place to go for all your hardware needs.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to begin the second half of play here at this beautiful autumn afternoon at Audubon High School. Weather's cooperating very nicely today. A little bit windy, but the conditions temperature-wise are perfect for a high school football game. Low kick by the Green Wave. It is fielded by the up man, that is Kenny Lewis. And Lewis is going down the right sideline, and he's going to return it well into the Audubon territory.
Anthony Cianfredi and Pat Burnett on the stop.
Kenny Lewis with a very, very nice return there for the Garnets. He brings the ball to the Audubon 35-yard line, and that's where Heights will begin the second half of play. Starting offense for the Garnets, the tackles are Keenan Jones and Jeff Breyer. The guards are Julian Fagans and Alex Thompson. The center is Ryan Thompson. First and 10. Handoff goes once again to Brandon Joyner. Joyner looking for running room, loses his footing out around the 25-yard line. Wide receivers for Haddon Heights are Chris Cook, Dante Pinkney, Kashawn Bounds, and number 11 is Kenny Orange. The tight end for the Garnets, number 24, Darian Pierce. Nick Lundholm has the quarterback duties. The backfield this afternoon for the Garnets are Phil Azari, Kylif Moore, and Brandon Joyner. Brandon Joyner getting most of the carries this afternoon for the Garnets, as he does on this play. And another nice run there by Brandon Joyner. Very, very good at changing directions quickly. Moves the ball down to the just short of the 15-yard line. It's going to be second down. It's going to be less than a yard to go for the Garnet. So Haddon Heights picks up the second half right where they left off in the first half, moving the ball. Second and 1. Lundholm at quarterback. He pitches to Joyner. And Joyner again eluding tacklers, moving it down to the 11-yard line.
Again, the pitch goes to Joyner. Aiden Borden on the tackle. Gain of 5 on the play. Good enough for a Haddon Heights first down.
Brandon Joyner picking up a first down, moving the ball down to the 5-yard line, so it is first and goal from the 5. Lundholm hands it off to Joyner, and Joyner looks like he's in, and the referees say yes. 5-yard touchdown run for the tailback, Brandon Joyner. So the Haddon Heights comes out fired up for in the second half here, and quickly moves down the field, scoring a touchdown on just a handful of plays. Jamie DiMartini will be attempting the extra point. There's the snap, the set, and the kick is good.
DiMartini's kick is good. With 10:02 remaining in the third.
So with less than 2 minutes gone in the third quarter, Haddon Heights has put 6 more points on the board, and they now lead 28-0. Well, Haddon Heights didn't waste any time with that. They came out and, as I said, less than 2 minutes, moved right down the field. Of course, that was following the nice kickoff return there by Kenny Lewis, putting them in great field position to start off this second half. So we'll see if Audubon can make some adjustments, get back on track here. They send back number 1, Deshaun Modell, and number 3, Khalil Chisholm, anticipating the return. Jamie DiMartini is the kicker.
Jamie DiMartini back to receive for the wave at the 10, Deshaun Modell, and 23, Khalil Chisholm.
Thus far this afternoon, DiMartini has yet to reach any of the deep return men. So we'll see how he handles this now with a 28-point lead. Audubon with 6 men up front, just in case that kick is short again. And this time he gets it away. It's a high end-over-end kick. It is picked up on the 15-yard line. That is Modell. And he's down at the 25-yard line. So that's a 10-yard return
Number 1, Deshaun Modell on the return.
for Deshaun Modell. And we're going to see what the Green Wave can get started here in the second half.
Tackle made by number 58, Julian Feggins.
Adam Cox and Matt Rowan are the tackles. Owen Danya and Devin McMonigal are the guards, and Chris Dexter is the center. Sorry, Devin. Aiden Borden from the shotgun. He's looking downfield, and his pass is complete to number 1, Deshaun Modell.
Number 1, Deshaun Modell.
The Borden to Modell completion moves the ball to the 35-yard line. That's good for an Audubon first down. So it'll be first and 10 for the Green Wave. So 1 play, 1 first down. Aiden Borden is the quarterback. Kevin Terafay, Keith Michalski, and Khalil Chisholm are the running backs for the Green Wave. Inside handoff goes to the fullback, Keith Michalski. Michalski picks up about a yard on the play. It would be 2nd and 9. Ball is at the 36-yard line.
2nd and 9 for the Wave on their own 36.
Borden again working from the shotgun, has 3 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Single setback is Michalski. And the screen pass goes to Michalski, but Garnett smelled it out from the beginning. Loss on the play.
Borden's screen pass is complete to number 8, Keith Michalski.
Good pursuit by Ryan Thompson and Dante Pinkney, smelling out that screen pass. So the ball's now back at the 31-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and about 14. official sending off Machowski for some attention.
Official timeout.
He's replaced by Kevin Terafay. Machowski getting looked at by the trainer. So it's going to be third and about 14 from the 31. Borden working from the shotgun. High snap, handled. He's looking, and nowhere to go. Number 4, Kenny Lewis, making the stop. So it's going to be fourth and about 15 for Audubon, ball on their own 29-yard line. Machowski is their regular punter, but he is unavailable for right now. So Zach Sutter gets it, and the punt is blocked, and it is fielded by Chris Cook. So Zach Sutter no sooner gets his punting debut here for Audubon, and it's blocked, and goes right to Chris Cook. So once again, the Garnets will be starting with a very, very short field here in the third quarter. It's first and 10, ball at the 31-yard line. Garnets up by 28 points with only 32 yards from the end zone. Lundholm quarterbacking. Handoff goes to Khalif Moore. There's a penalty marker thrown in the Heights backfield. Looked like one of the backs moved prior to the snap.
There's a flag on the play.
Illegal shift against Haddon Heights. Penalty against the Garnets for illegal motion.
There are 2 fouls against Haddon Heights on the play. We have an illegal shift and a hold.
Actually, there were 2 penalties on that play, one for holding and one for an illegal shift. The holding penalty, of course, moving a little further back, and that's what the green wave will accept.
The holding penalty will be enforced. It's a 10-yard penalty, first and 20.
So it is still first down for Haddon Heights, but it'll be first and 20 from the 40-yard line. Lundholm looking to pass. Got a man open, and it is complete. Complete to the 28-yard line. That was complete to number 11, Kenny Orange.
Number 11, Kenneth Orange.
Orange doing a just a little down and out route. Gets himself open. Back inside the 30-yard line now. So that was a gain of about 13 on the play. It's going to be second and 8. Balls at the 29-yard line. Garnets with Moore and Joyner in the backfield. Handoff goes to Brandon Joyner. And he stopped after a pickup of 2 or 3 yards. Tackle was made by Adam Cox.
Tackle made by number 52, Adam Cox.
Adam Cox, the junior defensive end for Audubon. 6'2", 200-pounder for the Green Wave. So it's third and about 2. Ball's at the 23-yard line.
Fumble!
Once again, the Garnets give off to Brandon Joyner, and he picks up what looks like another first down for the Garnets.
Stop made by number 33, Anthony Cianfrini.
Joyner moves the ball to they're marking at the 15-yard line, so it's going to be first and 10 from the Audubon 15-yard line. Brandon Joyner doing a great job of cutting back. Nice job by the offensive linemen, Keenan Jones, Julian Fagans, Ryan Thompson, Alex Thompson, Jeff Breyer's in there. Doing a nice job opening up holes for him. Lundholm looking to pass. Now he's being flushed out. He gets rid of it, and it is completed. Touchdown to Kashawn Bounds. That is a 15-yard touchdown strike from Nick Lundholm to Kashawn Bounds. Good pressure there by the Audubon defense, but Lundholm evading the onslaught of Green Wave and unloading it to Kashawn Bounds, who was open in the end zone. So here's DeMartini attempting another extra point. The ball's down, the ball's up, and it is good.
DeMartini's kick is good. With 4:35 remaining in the
So there's 4:35 remaining here in the third quarter, and Heights has started to run away with this game. It's 35-0 right now, favor of the Garnets. The Garnets come into this game 3 wins, 1 loss. Their only loss was to West Stepford. Audubon, on the other hand, was 1-3. So most people were probably predicting a Haddon Heights win. But when you get these Colonial Conference rivalries of neighboring towns, anything can happen. Audubon still hoping to get something going here in the second half. They trail by 35, but they haven't quit. Coach Dominic Cole trying to keep his team fired up.
kicking off for the Garnets at the 40-yard line, number 12 with Jamie.
So Jamie DeMartini places the ball at the 40.
Deshaun Mandel and number 23, Khalil Chisholm.
And Deshaun Modell and Khalil Chisholm await the kick from DeMartini. Kickoffs have been fairly unpredictable here by the Garnets. Not quite sure where it's going to go. There we get another squib kick. And it is picked up by number 10, Kashawn Bounds. That's a live ball. And that is first and 10.
The live ball is recovered by number 10.
First and 10 for the Garnets.
Haddon Heights will take over. First and 10.
So although DeMartini didn't get a good foot on it, the heads-up play of number 10, Kashawn Bounds, gives Haddon Heights possession of the ball at the Audubon 40-yard line. But that could really be a backbreaker there for Audubon. They're ready to get the ball back, get something going possibly here in the third quarter. And good heads-up play there by Bounds. Quick inside handoff. Number 21, Khalif Moore.
Khalif Moore, tripped up by number 40, Kevin Tarife.
Kevin Tarife, the Audubon linebacker, making the stop.
Gain of 6 on the play, second and 4.
But not until Moore picked up about 6 yards. So it's going to be second and 4 with the ball at the 33, 34-yard line. And once again, Garnet starting with a very, very short field in front of them. Hand off to Brandon Joyner. Joyner again picking up every time 3, 4, 5 yards at a carry.
Brandon Joyner carries for a gain of 3. Third and 1 for the Garnets on the 30-yard line.
So it's going to be third and 1.
Keith Pachowski and number 40, Kevin Tarife.
Ball is on the 30-yard line. Again, the middle linebacker, Keith Pachowski, in on the stop. Garnets really need to, the Green Wave really need to get something going here. They've got to get a stop here if they're going to get back in this game. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen on that play. Brandon Joyner easily picking up the first down.
Carries off left tackle for a Heights first down. Tackle made by number 23.
Brandon Joyner moves the ball to the 23-yard line. Cornerback Khalil Chisholm making the stop finally on Joyner. So it's going to be first and 10, Haddon Heights. Ball on the 22-yard line. The Garnets are up by 35 points. Joyner this time runs into a host of golden jerseys. And he's got very little gain on the play that time.
Lundholm gives to 22 Brandon Joyner. Tarafay and Sean Hansen make the stop.
Matt Rowan plugging that hole up for the Green Wave. Gain of about 3 on the play. It's going to be second and 7. Ball is at the 19-yard line. Lundholm still a quarterback. Joyner and Moore in the running back positions. Kenny Orange out to the right. Nothing doing that time for Brandon Joyner as he tries going off right tackle. Good collapse there by the Audubon defense.
Loss of a yard on the play. Tackling by number 8.
Once again, Keith Michalski right in the center of the defensive play.
3rd and 8 for the Garnets on the Audubon.
Michalski doing a fine job. Last year he was second team All-Colonial Conference. He plays both sides of the ball as a fullback. He plays linebacker. Sometimes he's out at the defensive end. Always around the ball defensively. Doing a fine job out there today for the Green Wave. Brandon Joyner going around the right side, and he is into the end zone for yet another Haddon Heights touchdown. 20-yard touchdown run for Brandon Joyner. Boy, Brandon Joyner is just having an outstanding afternoon here. The good-looking running back for the Garnets. Joyner, 5'9", 165 pounds. According to the program, he is only a junior, so look out, Colonial Conference, because he's going to be back again next year. The kick this time is up, and it is good. And the Garnets put 7 more points on the board.
That is also the end of the third quarter.
So that is the end of the third quarter of play.
42, Audubon, 0.
Garnets lead 42-0, and we'll be back in just a moment for the beginning of the fourth quarter of play. And we are back for the start of the fourth quarter. Apparently, during the timeout between quarters, there was a penalty after the extra point, so it's a 15-yard penalty against the Garnets. So they're going to be kicking off from the 25-yard line. They lead 42-0. DeMartini's kick is taken at the 25-yard line. That is number 1, Deshaun Modell. He returns it to the 38-yard line.
Mundell on the return. Down to the Audubon.
Mundell a little bit slow in getting up, but it looks like he's going to be okay. So Audubon trying to get this fourth quarter going. Not in bad field position here. They're on their own 37-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Garnet's hoping for a shutout, and the Green Wave hoping to put some points on the board here in the fourth quarter. Inside handoff goes to Khalil Chisholm. He finds about 5 or 6 yards.
Tackling by number 24, Darian Pierce.
That was Darian Pierce making the tackle for the Garnets.
Gain of 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Wave.
Darian Pierce playing the inside linebacker position today for the Garnets. Ball's on the 44-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and about 3 yards here for the Wave. Handoff again to Chisholm.
In at quarterback for the Wave is number 12, Eric Shore.
That was the leading rusher today for the Green Wave is the halfback, Khalil Chisholm. It's like the Audubon has made a change here at quarterback. It's like number 12 is now in. That's Eric Shore. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 155 pounds. So getting an opportunity to get some varsity experience here is the young sophomore. He hands off to Michalski. And the big fullback, 6'2", 225,
Hands off to number 8,
picks up looks like it picks up a first down as the ball is now just inside the Garnet side of the field, just on about the ball's length across the 50-yard line. It is 1st and 10. Audubon trying to get something going here. They have Michalski and Chisholm in the backfield. Short quarterback. Shore rolling to the right, being pursued, and he escapes one tackler, and he is knocked out of bounds by number 4, Kenny Lewis. That was Alex Thompson on the pursuit. Alex Thompson coming from the defensive end, flushing Shore out of the pocket. And then the final stop made by Kenny Lewis.
One on the play, 2nd and 9 for the Wave from the Haddon Heights 49.
So Eric Shore trying to get something going here for the Green Wave here in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 9, ball at the 49-yard line. Chisholm on the carry again. Picks up a couple yards on the play.
Number 23, Chisholm. Number 66, Alex Thompson in on the
Khalil Chisholm moves the ball up to the 45-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and about 6. Eric Shore coming in with the play.
3rd and 6 for the Wave.
Green Wave coming to the line, the short quarterback. Michalski, the lone setback. 3 receivers out to the left side for Eric Shore. Trying to get some points on the board here. High snap, fielded nicely by Shore. He gets the ball off, and it is completed. Completed to the halfback, Khalil Chisholm, who went out into a flanker position. Been at halfback most of the afternoon and moves out to receiver position and picks up some nice yardage for the Green Wave. Ball being spotted at the 37-yard line, and that is 1st and 10 for Audubon. So Coach Cole giving his sophomore quarterback an opportunity to see if he can get something going here. And so far, Eric's done a nice job for the Green Wave. He hands off to Chisholm.
Chisholm carries up the middle.
Once again, Khalil Chisholm for positive yardage. Doing a real nice job for the Green Wave, coming out of his halfback position, both as a running back and as a receiver. It was a pickup of about 4 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 6. Ball at the Garnet 33-yard line. Michalski and Chisholm in the backfield. A little mix-up on the handoff. Shore looking to the inside, Michalski looking to the outside.
Stopped by number 74, Sean Sack.
No gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and about 6. Ball at the 33-yard line.
13 on the play, 3rd and 6 for the Wave.
Shore now working from the shotgun. Michalski lone setback. He's got blocking duties on this play. Shore gets the ball off, but it is incomplete. Looks like it was intended for Josh McShane. So that's going to bring up 4th and 6.
4th down and 6 for Audubon from the Haddon Heights 32.
Being down by 42 points and in Garnet territory, good probability they're going to go for it here on 4th and 6. Eric Shore comes in with the play from Coach Cole. Josh McShane and Deshaun Mundell out to the right. George Karwacki to the left. Keith Michalski, the lone setback. Shore rolling right. He is hit just as he releases the ball, and it is intercepted by Billy Hubbs. Good pressure there. Oh, excuse me. That was Darian Pierce who made the interception. Good pressure there by Kenny Lewis. So the pressure by Lewis forces Shore to release the ball a little bit off balance and is intercepted by Darian Pierce.
Haddon Heights takes over 1st and 10 on their own.
And Haddon Heights will be in the possession of the ball once more. It is 1st and 10 on their own 39-yard line. Probably the first time the whole second half that the Garnets have actually begun in their own end of the field. Looks like we have a lot of young kids coming out there for the Garnets. A lot of nice, fresh white uniforms on the field. We'll see if we can spot them as well as we possibly can here.
Now in at quarterback for the Garnets, number 5, Dante Pinkney.
Looks like Dante Pinkney is quarterbacking now for the Garnets. He hands off to Khalif Moore. He picks up about 5 yards on the play. It's going to be second and 5 from the 44-yard line. It's like Coach Shivo giving some of his younger kids an opportunity to play here in a varsity game as they're up by 42 points. Dante Pinkney is a junior. Handoff picks up about maybe 5 or 6 more yards.
Pinkney hands off to number 27, Kyle Pierce.
That was Kyle Pierce now in the game at running back. Kyle Pierce, a 5'10" ninth grader. Pierce picks up the first down, so it's going to be 1st and 10, ball right at midfield. See if we can pick up some of these numbers for you. We've got Kyle Pierce at running back, along with Dante Pinkney at quarterback.
Yeah, what number is it? Who is that? Who's number 18?
Pinkney waits a snap. He hands off, quick handoff to number 27, Kyle Pierce. And Pierce is thrown back. Once again, that's Michalski. Michalski, no give up in linebacker, defensive end, Michalski. As I mentioned last year, Michalski, who is now a senior, as a junior, made the second team All-Colonial Conference. Looks like he's picking up right where he left off last year. Tough kid out there, playing hard, down by 42 points, but not giving up. Coach has got to appreciate efforts like that. 2nd and 8. Pinkney loses the handle on the ball. There's a fumble. We'll see who comes up with it. The scrum at the bottom of the pile there. Everybody's reaching for it. See what we got.
It's recovered by Haddon Heights.
It looks like Haddon Heights did fall on the ball. Looks like Pinkney just had a bad exchange there from the center. That's often going to happen when you get a new quarterback in there who's a little bit inexperienced. There's going to be 3rd and about 7. Ball's at the Green Wave 47-yard line. Clock is running down. We're inside of 15 seconds. Looks like the Garnets are not even going to bother running another play. And that is the end of the ball game. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast here from Audubon High School. The final score of today's game is the Garnets of Haddon Heights 42, the Green Wave of Audubon 0. So thank you for joining us. Look forward to seeing you all again next week. This is Russ Williams saying goodbye from Audubon High School.